Attention, valued listener. Come February 1st, due to strict licensing laws, all CBS, AOL, and Yahoo Music streams will cease to be available beyond the borders of the U.S. Who's to blame? I'll tell you. Suits. Suits filled with lawyers. Lots and lots of lawyers. However, gentle listener, Last FM, with its personalized radio stations and vibrant community of music fans, welcomes you with open arms. Please visit Last FM and make yourself at home. Thank you.
You are listening to KCSCRadio.com, student-owned and operated since 1951. KCSCRadio.com is funded by the Associated Students Activity Fee. KCSCRadio.com.
Well, are you going to stream me radio or what? Well, because I can't find a radio stream that suits me, oh yeah, that's right, this camera doesn't focus on CRTs. Which I find kind of ridiculous, but whatever. I'm gonna have to get a new camera. This thing's terrible, kind of. I'm going to import my entire library, which I can guarantee you is more than this. I'm actually sure it's more than just these. I just have to find all the rest of my CDs. I'll import them when I find them. But then I'll just have this thing, I'll have it sit here, and it'll be a standalone station, and that's what it'll do. I'll just have it sit here, and I will have it play music whenever the heck I want. And it's up to the job. I mean, the speakers sound great. The CD-ROM drive needs some help, but the speakers sound great. CRT needs some help too, but if it can sit here and it can handle it, I'll just let it sit there and handle it. And I would rather not burn in this machine. This machine's already burned in quite well. And it will do well for the job until it fails. May end up selling it because I don't really have any use for this kind of a machine. Oh dear. This is the second time it's done it. I'm gonna go ahead and send another report to Apple. Please describe what you were doing. iTunes. OS version 10.4.11, report version 4, and we have a bad access error exception. So obviously it's done something wrong in terms of memory. I was importing... Why the hell is my camera out of focus? Importing a CD into my library. I tell you what, it's really difficult to type. Send to Apple. Report received. Thank you. Okay, so now I have to do that all over again, which kind of pisses me off, but anyway. Oh boy. I think this machine may actually be losing its deflector circuitry. I don't know if you can see it, but it's wobbling back and forth. I think my CRT is on its way off the face of the planet. And it definitely doesn't smell particularly healthy. I'm gonna reboot the system because it started to get a little buggy. I'm gonna quit the program here. Shut up, you stupid phone. Let's restart the computer and see what happens. Might be able to see that there's a little bit of color fringe on the side, which isn't very good. And oh, hey, look, maybe my camera's actually focusing on a CRT. Would you look at that? So I've reset the display back to a factory default. Maybe it needs some, like... See, it's jittering quite a bit. Or I can. I don't know if the camera can, because the camera doesn't focus properly. But... okay, let's try this. You see it? There's jittering because because of some kind of external magnetic field. For example, it could be this machine. It could be anything, really. But I've never noticed it before. It could be the fact that the monitor is finally dropping off in quality. Not sure. Okay, so as you've seen from the last few clips, iTunes has decided it's going to start crashing because it is apparently doing something naughty. You see, I'm trying to transfer some music off of from the CD-ROM drive into my iTunes library. And iTunes has been crashing because it is seemingly trying to access memory that either the computer doesn't have, or memory that is protected by the operating system. Which, of course, initiates a no-no and closes the application immediately. At least on most decent operating systems, that's what it should do. So, my only understanding is that it could be initiating a memory leak or something along those lines. It could just not be clearing memory as it's transferring files. I don't know. It's anybody's good guess. And look at that. My camera is actually focusing on a CRT. Wow. Yep, there it goes. So it gets about that far into the transfer process, and then it fails. Miraculously. Obviously, I'm going to report it to Apple. Running 10.4.11. It says iTunes, Windows Server, build, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter to me at this point. Bad access is what's the problem. It's bad access execution. I'm going to take a look at that error code by online. I actually believe I have an internet connection. I can go ahead and check. So let's go ahead and look that up and see what is going on. But it's obviously doing something at the kernel mode that it's not supposed to be doing. Well, I tried finding stuff online and found absolutely nothing that was worth looking at. Maybe if you guys want to look it up for me, you can go ahead and do that. But I just looked up stuff on the Apple website, and of course now my camera is deciding it doesn't want to focus on a CRT. Thank you. But, that isn't where my issue is. You see, my issue is that it is doing this in the first place. It's never done this before. This is the first time I've ever experienced this problem with iTunes on this iMac. I have already transferred an entire CD. I was able to get through one CD today. Fully, no problem. And then the problem started showing up. With every single CD I've tried, it has given me an issue. It doesn't give me an issue on this machine. It's the same version of iTunes, and it's running on a machine with half the memory. But yet on this machine, no, it can't work. Just simply can't. This is the third error report I've sent into Apple of this problem. And I'll tell you what, it's really annoying. I don't even remember where I was in my transfers, so I'm going to have to start that all over again. Which doesn't make me any more of a happy person. And, oh, what the hell? I have an internet connection. Can you not, like... Oh, screw you. It's track 1 and 2. Okay. So let's start track 3 again. And see if iTunes is going to work. If I can't get iTunes to work this way, I'm just going to go ahead and switch it over to this machine, because this one obviously has some stability problems. It's a great little internet streaming, radio streaming thing. Focus, you stupid camera. Come on. Dumbest thing I've ever heard. Stupid CRT. Anyway, So you can also no doubt see, maybe just a little, it seems to have actually sorted the problem itself out over the last little while, but it's having some refresh problems. It's not jittery. Well, it kind of is jittery, but it's not like shaking. It's just having scanning problems, rescan problems. And that's not necessarily the refresh difference between the camera's refresh rate and the CRT's refresh rate, which is always seemingly different. Even though this is set at 60 Hertz. Actually, no, I believe it might be 65 Hertz, I don't know. Anyway, so we'll see how far into a transfer this thing can get before it crashes again. Yeah, I thought you were going to do that. One more. I'm sending another report to Apple about this problem. And is the error reporter going to come up?
Should be on it.
So much for that error reporting idea. I'm just going to actually resort to transferring all of the audio that I want onto my desktop and then importing it into iTunes and seeing if that does absolutely anything. You know what? You deserve the one-finger salute. Okay, and it's... yeah, my desktop just crashed. Great. So now I have that to deal with. Well, okay, actually the error reporter is what's done this. This machine actually has a reset button, so I'll hit that. And it's gonna try and boot off of a CD. I forget what the eject command for that is. And if that hosed my operating system, I am going to yell at iTunes because it's all iTunes' fault. Yeah, this CRT is on its way off the planet. I'm going to have to definitely either recap it or get rid of this chassis because it's not good. It is not a good chassis. So, is it going to pop up an error report? Yes. Let's pop up a report and see if it's the error reporter, which I believe is indeed the case. As it would appear that well, no. Yeah, you can see that there are times when it's deciding it's going to focus, you stupid camera. Jesus. No, the OS is working. Or at least it's doing a good job at appearing as if it's doing that. I don't know how far into iTunes we got. I think we got up to about track 3, and I wanted to import a few others. But it appears that the error reporter is not bringing anything up, even though I hit report. But I don't know. Maybe there's problems with the IDI channel on the motherboard of this wonderful little iMac, which is not going to make me feel any bit more pleased about keeping this machine. It's already on a thin leash. It's already pissed me off enough today for me to want to take it outside and go absolutely hog heaven on it. But for those of you who know me, I don't do that. I keep machines as long as they work. And even though it has showed signs that it's going to fail at any point in time, it still works. I mean, why would you get rid of a machine like this even though it still works? Yeah, I think there's something loose inside the CRT. Maybe one of the guide cables in the aperture has come loose or something. But the picture is jittering, and this is a bad chassis. I may sell it. That was one of the things that I was considering doing until all these problems started showing up. And seriously, its value isn't going to be that high because it's got all these problems. Okay, so now I have all of my audio that I wanted transferred into my library. Yeah, you can tell that drive has issues. So I want to now I have to import that into my iTunes library, which will probably work. I mean, it worked the first time I tried it, but then again, that wasn't with a whole lot of persuasion in having to do something like that. iTunes library has now been fully restored. I'm going to add more songs to that later. But right now, I'm going to shut the machine off because it's been running non-stop since this morning. And that's probably what's attributing to some of the stability problems. Because this machine is getting pretty toasty. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them down below. And so I'll see you next time. Until then.